Right now, over 8 billion human beings are scattered across every corner of the Earth, speaking 7,000 different languages and building staggeringly diverse cultures. Yet the entire human story, everything we have ever achieved, originated on exactly one continent, Africa. We did not pop up independently in different corners of the globe as some parallel evolutionary experiment. For over 100 years, scientists grappled with a profound question. Why was Africa the exclusive birthplace of humanity when early primates existed all over the Old World? Despite sequencing genomes, finding thousands of fossils, and using satellites to track ancient climate patterns, the complete answer eluded experts until a flurry of breakthroughs began converging in 2023. Initially, many scientists wrongly assumed humanity started in Asia or Europe, fueled by early discoveries like Neanderthals and Peking man, as well as the prejudices of the era. This changed drastically when Raymond Dart analyzed the Taung child in 1924, an upright walking ancient human ancestor found in South Africa. Since then, every major transitional fossil has been unequivocally unearthed in Africa. The Great Rift Valley in East Africa became the ultimate fossil time capsule, preserving footprints, tools, and bones beneath layers of volcanic ash. Excavations here unveiled monumental discoveries, including Homo habilis using stone tools 2.4 million years ago, and Lucy, an upright walking Australopithecus from 3.2 million years ago. Genetics confirmed the fossil record perfectly, showing that all modern humans trace their mitochondrial DNA to a single female ancestor in Africa, and their Y chromosome to a single male ancestor, also in Africa. Furthermore, African populations contain more genetic diversity than the rest of the world combined, proving it is the ancient source population from which a tiny subset eventually left. Africa's climate was not just challenging, it oscillated wildly and unpredictably. Over millions of years, the environment relentlessly flipped between lush forests and dry savannas. This constant switching acted like a cosmic toggle switch, ensuring that the landscape never remained stable, long enough for our ancestors to get comfortable with one specific survival strategy. In stable environments, natural selection favors hyper-specialized creatures, but when the environment constantly changes, specialization becomes a death sentence. Africa's climate instability rewarded generalists with cognitive adaptability. Our ancestors had to continuously relearn survival strategies, building a cumulative cultural knowledge base rather than just physically adapting to one biome. Unlike Ice Age Europe, which forced physical cold adaptations, or stable tropical rainforests that bred niche specialists, East Africa hit the evolutionary sweet spot. It was variable enough to prevent specialization, but stable enough to prevent total extinction, functioning like an evolutionary personal trainer that knew exactly how hard to push. Africa's geography created an inescapable, continent-scale natural laboratory. Bordered by oceans, ice-cold southern waters, and the Mediterranean Sea, early populations were completely trapped. Unlike Eurasian animals that could simply migrate away from harsh conditions, isolated African hominins had no escape valve. They were forced to either adapt to the pressure or perish. The Sahara Desert acted as a massive evolutionary pump. During wet periods, it became a green corridor that allowed different human populations to mix, interbreed, and share technologies. When the desert returned, these populations were suddenly isolated again, driving localized adaptations before the next cycle of mixing occurred. Within sub-Saharan Africa, the Great Rift Valley fragmented the land into distinct ecological zones. Forests on one side, grasslands on the other. Deep, permanent lakes provided crucial refuges during severe droughts. When populations compressed around these lakes to survive, intense competition and rapid exchange of knowledge sparked explosive cultural evolution. Our ancestors were nowhere near the top of the food chain. They faced the most diverse and sophisticated community of predators on Earth. Lions, leopards, crocodiles, and wild dog packs forced early humans into a cognitive arms race. Surviving meant developing theory of mind, the ability to anticipate a predator's strategies based on incomplete information and plan accordingly. The African savanna offered massive caloric prizes, giant elephants, hippos, and buffalo, but harvesting them required unprecedented cooperation. To hunt animals that were co-evolving alongside humans and actively adapting to our tactics, our ancestors had to manufacture specialized weapons, coordinate in large groups, and communicate complex plans. Before dominating the hunt, early humans scavenged predator kills, effectively becoming forensic ecologists who read scattered bones to understand animal anatomy and behavior. Additionally, Africa's incredibly high burden of diseases and pathogens relentlessly culled populations, driving the evolution of extraordinarily robust immune systems and early hygienic practices. As forests thinned, our ancestors were forced to walk upright across expanding grasslands to spot predators and carry food. Bipedalism was not a random mutation. It was a survival necessity that permanently freed our hands from locomotion. This physical liberation allowed evolution to refine our grip, setting the stage for precise stone tool manufacturing and multi-step planning. Brains require massive amounts of calories, creating a steep evolutionary trade-off. As our ancestors used stone tools to scavenge and process high-protein meat, their digestive tracts shrank to compensate for their rapidly expanding brains. This feedback loop of better tools, more meat and larger brains fundamentally altered human biology. Controlling fire revolutionized human existence by providing warmth, cooking, and predator protection, but its greatest impact was arguably social. Fire extended the day into the night, creating a protected gathering space where groups could share survival knowledge across generations. This nightly classroom heavily accelerated the evolution of complex language and abstract thought. In 2023, genomic researchers revealed a staggering discovery: severe, exclusively African population bottlenecks, including one 930,000 years ago, nearly wiped out our ancestors. These catastrophic mega-droughts acted as relentless innovation engines. Under the sheer pressure of near extinction, our ancestors were forced to rapidly invent sophisticated new tools and hafting techniques just to survive the crisis. Could humans have evolved elsewhere? When evaluating the evidence, the answer is absolutely not. Asia lacked rapid climate instability, and its primate populations were already too specialized. Ice Age Europe was far too cold, forcing physical rather than cognitive adaptation, and lacked great apes. The Americas and Australia were entirely isolated and possessed no great apes whatsoever. Every single person alive today is literally African, the descendant of a tiny, resilient group of survivors forged in the most demanding ecosystem on Earth. Human intelligence evolved exactly once in Earth's history, requiring an unrepeatable perfect storm of climate oscillation, geographic isolation, megafauna, and predatory pressure. The cognitive tools we use to build civilizations today are the ancient hard-won legacy of our shared African origins.